Hello, everyone. This is John Crate. Who couldn't sleep? But this is Rogue Trader. Now, I played this through this once before. And then they added a ton of DLC content. So honestly, I'm not even sure what we're running into. And also, when I played it, I didn't understand character builds, and to an extent I probably still don't. So we're gonna see if I can improve on that. As you can see, we have everything. Well, we can install this, since it's not installed. Gives different hairstyles. I'm not too worried about it. But if I can get it now, might as well. Okay, so it's telling me that I can't do it. For whatever reason. That's okay, I don't think it's... Okay, so let's start a new game. Oh wait, there we go. Appearance pack. It's ready to start. Main story. We want all of these on. Difficulty normal. Okay, we want... It has pre-generated characters. No, we're gonna get our own character. What should we look like? Because we'll probably do... Our character will be what they were before, which is a sniper. This is what we picked before. That's fine. Okay, male, I guess. Trying to match the picture. Yeah, I guess more like that is probably what the picture looks like here. Hairstyle. Looks like it kind of swoops back. Really seeing one that kind of does what the picture does. I guess you can go like that. I say definitely more of a grayer look. Oops. Wrong button. Beard. Pretty full. Hard to tell if it ends in a point like that, though. This don't matter. Augmentations. It doesn't look like he has really any on the face.
For the glory of the dynasty!
We have purified the battlefield.
The Empyrean.
What curiosity unveils itself before me?
Perfect. Didn't see that one coming, did you?
Time for a round of space regicide!
And
Whispers.
I have the...
Excellence matters.
I guess. Okay, Death World gives them survival instincts of so +1 to strength, toughness, and agility, but loses intelligence and fellowship. Voidborn, willpower, resist, intelligence, and strength. Imperial World characters can select any characteristic except for weapon skill or ballistic skill. You get a +10 bonus.
I'll bring glory to my bloodline!
one is gonna be best here for what I want to do? Ooh, that might be good. Voidborn might be where we want to go. Yeah, I'm thinking Voidborn. Crime Lord is what I had last time, and that was good for sniping. And the Voidborn doesn't have any sort of... Yeah, they get +5 intelligence. So this gives them an intelligence bonus. Okay. Need to pick one, either +5 logic, +5 logic, or +5 to Imperial lore. I don't think the lore one is going to be as important early on. I think that we can have somebody else do lore, so we'll just get him some logic. Persuasions. I don't want to lose persuasion. I think we can lose Carouse. Yes. So apparently we have some points to spend. to get that up. Up our fellowship too, to get persuasion up. Looks like I've spent all my points. Ooh, what kind of ship do we want? Let's try the Firestorm, that sounds fun. What do we want to name it? Probably my usual name for things like this. The warehouse. I guess that's it. Apply. Oh, I gotta pick a name. I am John Cradicus.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Let's see, trying to... Trying to move the choices and dialogue thing. You learn more about your current... Okay. I can expand. Which one? Here we go. Let's see.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor. to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with the chance to give their very life for the master of humanity. Allow me to introduce myself. Kunrad Voitvir, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
My name is John Cradicus.
My regards, Master. Or should I say, von Valencias, scion of a blessed rogue trader house in the service of the Imperium. Perhaps this kinship came as a shock to you. Understandably so, given that all evidence of the connection was lost in the generations separating you and Lord Captain Theodora. It required no small effort on the part of Her Ladyship's servants to discover and verify this blood tie, which has now made you one of the heirs of this dynasty.
I have a curious title. What are your
To put it
responsibilities?
plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Tell me about the one whose ship I have found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that Her Ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
It's a strange... Lord Captain's a strange title.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis at the time when the first rogue traders entered the Gold Emperor's service, and therefore, it is sacrosanct.
Why am I here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the
Are my
Lord
debts
Captain,
also
you have been
null and void?
requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor. Your former position may have been different from conventional service as part of one of the institutions of the Imperium, but from now on, a different fate awaits you. One chosen for you by the Lord Captain. I advise you to come to terms with this reality as quickly as possible.
You say I'm one of their heirs, so there's more.
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out?
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Ethelthrad von Valencias are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Follow Kunrad. I'm following you, Kunrad. Sort of.
Dignitate cadere.
Treasure, treasure, treasure.
One of the Fon Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening?
Run! The servitors have gone berserk! Death will find you soon enough!
Okay, to survive, you need to face enemies of all kinds. And fight for your life. Start the battle. Get him, crew officer. Okay, Caraticus. There we go.
Already done.
Surefire plan. Nice. I think that is the turn. Trying to figure out how to end my turn now. Hit for 0?
I shall not fear. Nothing I can't do. Suits my purposes.
Miss. Might as well reload then. There you go. Unrad, you better... If you have a weapon, I recommend using it.
To the heretics!
Yes, that is exactly what I recommend.
Absolutely not. Nothing I can't... You didn't stand a chance!
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Oh, here come guards.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Sure.
A new challenge for me?
And I'm gonna check the corpse.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Let's see. Your first impression of Edelthred, who appears to be about 30 years old, is the parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken physical form. In stark contrast to Edelthred, Theodora von Valancius features appear as if they were carved from marble. Eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture. Hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between the two of them. You see two more men. There's a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who's studying the contents of the data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manner of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronus Expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crew sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Passive skill tests, yes.
Thorough, but presumptuous. It took me a great deal to find one psyker who could serve me well for many years. Yet you speak of several.
Sanctioned psychers are rare and valuable instruments of the Golden Throne. Or do you suggest that we use heretics, who are an offense to the God Emperor's light? It would be rather careless of you to utter such profanity in the presence of his faithful servants.
Let's see. You have a straight answer to a simple question. More than you can, I guess.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officers' deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
Save.
So, why are you here?
I don't know. There are questions I wish to have answered.
You are direct. I approve. But you will have to wait. There is something I want you to understand first. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
One of? Does that mean there are other heirs?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Bloodright alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
So the Master of Whispers is related
His
to you.
kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
If you're satisfied with Edelthred, then what sense is there in having this conversation?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse. One could not in good faith describe your background as one of exemplary service to the Imperium. However, I am intrigued by you and your past. To have survived and prospered between the letters of the law is a rare achievement among those in our circle. You are skilled in the art of taking risks and cutting corners. Trust me when I say that you will have sufficient opportunity to apply this talent for the good of the house. Moreover, your remarkable mental abilities were noted in your profile. If you can find a way to exhibit them in the service of the von Valancius dynasty, well, so much the better.
Okay. I ask my questions now.
I have some time before the Navigator gives the signal to initiate the Void Ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Let's see. An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors from Berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the Technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
Let's see. Where's the ship headed?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers, and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
What are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Surely there are ways I can prove
You can
myself.
start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows. In that
I have no more
case, I shall
questions.
head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Feel my wrath!
Let the blood flow!
Okay. Can't move around to start the battle. You just have to start it.
I can handle this.
A tactically sound approach.
Abelard, get in there.
One fewer target.
Ooh.
Reduced to dust!
Follow my lead.
Mort. Get a Mort.
For the glory of the Imperium!
Death
to non-believers!
Yes, I am aware of cover.
Not a problem for me.
Line of sight to you. Let's take it.
Out of my way! I serve the ruinous powers!
One fewer target.
Jeez, Abelard.
Demoral. Die. Ugh, my ears are ringing.
Death to the weak!
I tried to run from Abelard. Don't do that. How many more enemies are there? Looks like there might just be two.
Already done. All too easy. Nothing of value has been lost.
Wrong button.
For now.
Get up, Theodora. There you go.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel. Mort has
What are your
gone on
orders?
ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Okay.
None shall stand in my way.
Not here.
Follow my lead.
In here.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, pull yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Must provide immediate assistance to those still in the middle decks. Perhaps then we might stop the wave from spreading.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the Navigator's Sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A Psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's Psyker powers.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I shall do everything in my power.
Not everything in your power. You will do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail. Is that clear? Then move out. Mort, come.
It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
See, I shall make
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Ah, you did something to me. You hit me with something. If I'm an heir...
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the warrant chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Ah, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
What is the meaning of this?
You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it inbred? Is your blood too thin?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
I have no intention of helping.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the Warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so. I
find a way to make you pay for it.
But that's enough talk. Fulfill your destiny.
Sentinel turns its head to you. Skill tests. Tech use, examine the device. Let's see. Strange alloy that is used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. Okay, so let's see. We can examine it. For anything that could be used as a weapon.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Place it in the maw, and then bites me. See the blood that it needs.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
That's the Sentinel, Cogitator. Yes, I do require assistance.
Accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Yes, open defense protocol now.
There is still another way.
Victory awaits!
Come on. Appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade and bestow upon them and their dynasty the great mission. To be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into the darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost. To triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily something. Yes, this is written by the Emperor himself. Weapon, I might have been
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Voxcap's frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Vox faster!
Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Okay, so...
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by. Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units, calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay.
It's about time.
Huh? Who said that?
Run, fools, or fall!
Okay, do we get Abelard?
Master! What? Whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this?
Whitebeard is a traitor. We parted ways with the officer's deck. He stunned me and somehow brought me
What?
here. Intended to take revenge on Theodora for something. Trying to reach the warrant was part of
Oh,
that plan.
holy God, Emperor! I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Let's see. You openly admitted that he is the
Saints'
mastermind.
blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Got stuff.
We shall prevail.
Here's what I'm looking for. Arm yourself. Might as well have the axe. gonna save. I'm starting to fade. Finally, I can get back to sleep. So there's still more introductory stuff. We're gonna meet a few characters, a Sister of Battle and a Psyker. Either of which I'm big fans of having in my group. Psyker's not bad, but there's a better one coming. Okay, so that's gonna be all for now. I'm sure I'll jump back on later. So, as usual, this is John Crate signing out.